Look people, SmackDown was great. I mean, we got Edge teasing potential WrestleMania matches, we got a couple of heel turns, and we finally got some physicality between Roman Reigns and Edge. But can you please tone it down with the crowd noise? I can barely hear you. Like seriously, the dude is talking, he's not doing acrobatics. He's just talking. You don't need to go wild. What the hell is going on in that WWE production truck? Is that how you imagine natural crowd noise? You know what, let me try that. Penis.
I'm still suffering. That's emotional trauma.
Welcome everybody to your favorite SmackDown review show, the only show you should be watching. Greatness of SmackDown. How are you guys doing today? Not a bad show. You know, it was pretty eventful in my opinion. A pretty decent go-home show if you ask me. I mean, we got Edge teasing every potential match. We got Roman Reigns spearing Edge. So, in my opinion, it was pretty awesome. And we also got some heel turns. For example, that Apollo Crews heel turn. I don't know how you guys feel. That was really good. But anyway, people, let's start from the beginning of this show. And the show kicks off with the Rated R superstar, Edge. Edge talks about Elimination Chamber and says that this is one of the biggest decisions of his career. There are 13 potential WrestleMania opponents. So it's really smart for Edge not to choose his opponent right now because he doesn't even know who is he going to face. I mean, WWE Championship match is happening at Elimination Chamber, and also this #1 contenders match for Universal Championship and Universal Championship after that. So at the end of the day, I really like how WWE are presenting Edge as this smart veteran. Roman Reigns interrupts him, and Roman Reigns again makes a point that you don't need to choose. There's only one main event, and that's me, someone who main evented WrestleMania 5 times. But we got Edge making a great point again. The reason you want to face me is because you need me to be in the main event, because logically Edge decides the main event of WrestleMania because he's the winner of Royal Rumble match, which doesn't really make sense. Technically it does, that's the whole point. But over the years, we saw Royal Rumble winners actually opening WrestleMania, so, you know, WWE being WWE, they're sticking to the rules when it's actually convenient. But like I've said, when it comes to Edge's character, it's very smart. We got Sami Zayn, and he says that he is going to main event WrestleMania. He starts ranting and he wants his crew to take photos of him near the WrestleMania sign. Anyway, Jey Uso got tired of him, so we got a super kick. Roman Reigns whispers something to Edge, and we have no idea what he actually said, but it seemed like it caught Edge off guard. They leave the ring, and that was the opening of the show, which is pretty nice. Hopefully, Edge is going to reveal what Roman Reigns actually told him. I have no idea what could actually trigger him so much. And what could he possibly say? Acknowledge me. Say my name. Say my name, bitch. Or maybe not, you know? That's your money match. I'm pretty sure this is happening. Roman Reigns versus Edge, WrestleMania, Universal Championship. And I'm here for it. We saw Apollo Crews versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Big E was watching the match very comfortably, and that was actually pretty cool. Like I've said, I do like the fact that Shinsuke Nakamura is legit again, you know, and I actually didn't expect this to be that good. So Shinsuke Nakamura wins the match, and you know, we're thinking, okay, Apollo is losing again, that's over. Not really. Apollo gets angry, attacks Shinsuke Nakamura, grabs the steel steps. Big E says, leave the steps and leave. It's over. It's over. Stop. Stop. Apollo, stop. Apollo stops, but not for long. He decides to attack both Big E and Shinsuke Nakamura, and that was one of the most effective heel turns I've seen in a while because it was really brutal out of Apollo's character. I mean, we saw Apollo throwing steel steps out of the ring and hitting Big E. And yes, people, I do realize that he didn't actually hit Big E, but in kayfabe, he did. And that's really brutal. You can kill a guy with that. So that was a very good heel turn. I mean, technically, he was kind of a heel already, but now we're seeing a different side of Apollo. Hopefully, it's gonna be a successful run because, man, what we saw on SmackDown, in my opinion at least, was really good. Then we saw a very good Seth Rollins promo basically talking about how, You know, he got betrayed by his friends, so he understands how Big E feels. He prepared so much for his return, and his friends ruined it. He says embrace the vision. If you're gonna stand in his way, you're gonna end up like Cesaro. So that was a pretty long promo, right? That was a pretty long promo, then we got commercials. So after all this, we saw Big E being taken to the hospital still. These are the slowest sons of bitches I've ever seen in my entire life. I do like this whole Seth Rollins promo, but one negative, it's almost identical to him being a messiah. It's not even that different. So I don't know where WWE are necessarily going with this. We saw the Riott Squad versus Natalya and Tamina Snuka. That was a waste of time. Natalya and Tamina Snuka won the match, and then we saw them attacking Billie Kay, and yeah. WWE on Fox had this picture of choose your team, you know, this cringy shit basically, and they put Natalya as $1. She got so angry, so offended. It's almost as if you just insulted her father, mother, kids, husband. It's like, it's not that big of a deal. That's your booking right now. You're not in the main event. You know, you're wrestling the new girls. That's your position right now in wrestling. It's not that big of a deal. So like I've said, we saw Edge teasing all the WrestleMania matches. Not gonna get into it because at the end of the day, none of these are happening. But it was pretty cool, you know, seeing Edge teasing these superstars, basically, you know, acting like there's a possibility that we might see King Corbin versus Edge. Corbin said it has WrestleMania written all over it. It has 3-hour Raw all written over it. My English stopped working. And people, put your masks on because we're talking about ding ding hello. Words cannot describe how cringy I find this. Absolutely insufferable. The special guests were Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. It feels like I've already seen this segment. We saw Bianca Belair, we saw Sasha Banks, Reginald, and this turned into a 6-person tag team match. I don't know why we're getting this. The only thing is, I do like Reginald. This guy is very entertaining on the microphone, in the ring, and I do like him being in women's matches. That's actually pretty entertaining. The segment is over, I can breathe again. The babyface team ended up winning the match when Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair helped Reginald to pin Nia Jax, out of all people. Reginald tried to lie to Carmella that he was just trying to find the best wine, but she already saw what happened, and the wine tasted like shit. Poor Reginald. We saw Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio versus Chad Gable and Otis. Mysterio and Dominic won by disqualification because Chad Gable and Otis basically turned heel. That was actually very weird, but I guess that's the story they are going with. Chad Gable manipulating Otis into being a bad person, I guess. I don't find this entertaining at all. And in the main event, we got Sami Zayn, King Corbin, and Jey Uso versus Cesaro, Daniel Bryan, and Kevin Owens. We saw Edge and Paul Heyman on commentary, and it was actually very funny. To be quite honest with you guys, I actually cared more about the commentary than the match itself. You know, how many 6-man tag team matches can I handle? I'm not some tag team match addict, you know, I don't watch AEW anymore. Ew. We got a yes lock, Sami Zayn taps out, and the babyface team won. After that, we got a bunch of finishers, signature moves, you get the point, and it was actually pretty entertaining, a great way, you know, to close a go-home show. Then we saw a spear, and then a spear from Roman Reigns. So the show ends with Roman Reigns standing tall, teasing a big WrestleMania match, and I cannot wait to see it. That was a decent show in my opinion. Not that bad, you know. Maybe I wish we got something a bit more creative than a 6-man tag team match in the main event, but this was a pretty eventful SmackDown. Like I've said, I do appreciate the heel turn. Edge being on your show is also always very entertaining. Thank you for watching the video, the great one. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.